Yeah, that's super dope. Okay, so guys, I know you guys are some big Helldivers fanatics, guys. So look, they put out an update recently. Hold on, let me navigate to this. My mouse disappeared or something. There we go. So Helldivers 2 leak reveals Heart of Democracy update details and Mega Cities gameplay. Tell me what's up, guys. Like, I don't play it, so but being that it's like one of the biggest games out right now, how y'all feeling about the update?
I think it's great. I mean, like I didn't play it at all last night, but I know I saw Chris online and I saw our buddy Randy. I was like, oh man, they're at it, dudes. They're at it. So I don't like I only know from what I saw in the trailer and such, and like what we've talked about. So which you're getting like gun upgrades now, which is pretty dope. So you can like like you can totally like customize that, and like that's really cool. And then eventually, like granted I haven't played, but eventually there's going to be invasion on Super Earth. So hey, that's what's up. So
Yeah, I feel like they've been building to that. That's your ultimate priority is defending Super Earth.
yep,
No questions asked.
yep.
And so playing last night on the newest update, you got your bugs, you got your robots, you got your aliens, the Illuminates. They introduced Illuminates coming back after they'd been gone a while, along with new forms of them, ships that shoot at you. It was brutal the first couple rounds
I
getting
was
used to it. So it was definitely like a major upgrade. And yeah, you can also carry a primary weapon, and as you play, you can level it up. You pay with credits to if you want to change your scope or your grip or even the skin color on it. And that's very new. They haven't done that before, and it's interesting. We kind of joke a little as you get your ship fully upgraded, as you get you level up. Getting past that like 100 level, I feel like was like a big goal, and then it gets a little like, well, I don't know what to really do now. So I think them introducing how you can upgrade your weapon gives like some nice motivation, like
Yeah, yeah.
and the fact you have to play the missions
Yeah.
to do that. It was, I feel like we were waiting for it. It was a really nice introduction, and it was fun. Yeah, I think we kind of held on to the fact like the Illuminates were probably the easiest, at least in my
Yeah.
opinion, of super hell diving.
Yeah.
And
No, I
the
agree with
super
you,
hell
dude.
diver level, aka the toughest level they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Yeah.
They're just as difficult as the bots and the bugs. So we're
Wow.
like, now we're not safe. They're all terrible. It's all chaos and mayhem.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
which one you play.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
But
bro. Like, what missions did you guys do last night? Like, what are there new missions? Are they like?
it's the same missions. You have almost like get to certain points, raise a flag. You have to evacuate colonists, destroy ships.
Yep.
Those are all pretty much the same, just with these new introductions of different types of Illuminates, aliens. Um, but it's fun to see, as you do it, how you can start upgrading weapons and stuff. I think is really intriguing. I think that's cool. I feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna, because you can only do it for your primary weapons right now. I'm sure at some point we're gonna start seeing like maybe other weapons, maybe other stratagems. I'm assuming maybe more ship upgrades. I'm even calling it like the level cap is 150 right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that goes up to like 200 at some point.
Yeah. No,
So
I
I'm
mean
very
we.
intrigued with what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, I mean we've been talking about that for a while, where they might increase the level cap to like up to 200 and such. I'm surprised they haven't done that already. But Chris, you know what I'm really looking forward to? Like maybe like we get like a helicopter, the next big update or something like that, where you, me, and Randy are in a helicopter. And I don't know how our car rides are. Trust me, I get out like as soon as Randy say, "Oh, I got a car," and I'm like, "Cool, I'm gonna be over here doing the mission." So that's great, y'all. But could you imagine like riding on a helicopter, bro? Like that would be fun to do. And and especially with all like these flying enemies, because like with the bugs you get like those like bats and stuff, and those are like really annoying. And then you get like the robots where they're like shooting at you and such, and it's like, man, because you're trying to like flee. So could you imagine like having like air support in that regard? So that would be pretty dope. Hopefully they'll upgrade that and such. But I'm glad that they brought back the Illuminates, because like I think out of all the enemy types, those are probably like my favorite. And since now they've upgraded them to like a higher difficulty, I'm not looking forward to it. But hey, it's a challenge, so let's go, baby, let's go. So
Yeah, when they introduced like the car into Helldivers, that was a big it reminded me of like Halo, when you could like drive around in a Jeep with everyone.
Yeah, with the Warhogs.
And that was a big introduction. And yeah, I'm curious to see like what else they'll introduce. Like, I don't know, motorcycle, some kind of flying something or other.
Maybe.
I feel like, and I know the developers are like, I feel like they are very, very good at knowing like what the audience wants. Like every update they've done, I felt like has always been like really cool, a nice step forward. I think they like hear the people, and
Fans.
they're always working. And always updating, always developing. Like, I mean, Helldivers isn't that old, and it's crazy how much they've developed it since it was first introduced, and how popular it got, like almost right away, I feel like.
Yeah, dude. And what's crazy is like it came out last year too, and I feel like we've been playing this for like years now and such, with how many times we've like played together and whatnot. And the other thing is like it took them many years to develop this game, and funny enough, they're using an engine which like is discontinued, and there's like no support for it. So for them to be able to like create all these updates and stuff is pretty impressive. Like they have like a really capable like engineering team on their hands. So I'm really like impressed with their studio and what they can pull out or what they can put out and such. So
Yeah, question.
And yeah, this oh, go ahead, David.
I was gonna say question. I saw here that people are speculating that you're going to be defending Super Earth here soon, and that could imply that maybe that we're going to be having battles within major cities, etc. That sounds insane.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, that's news to me. I didn't realize there was like this leak out there, and I feel like it's been like we've been building to that because Super Earth is this grand be all end all why we're doing this, and to those who don't know, like you've never been able to actually go to Super Earth in the game, but so if that becomes something, they've been progressively getting us closer and closer to Super Earth on the the grand map around it. So I feel like I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Could we already be getting there? Like it certainly seems like they've been building to it.
I feel like that would be like the next update.
It says so in a recent post on Reddit from XTechshe shared a screenshot of a now deleted post from PlayStation's account in the Czech Republic. And so while it wasn't originally in English, the poster said that the translation of the post asked players to get ready to defend Super Earth, which is likely to be the main target of Helldiver 2's Illuminates. It has also made mention of major Heart of Democracy update coming May 20th, which is notably missing from the posts of other PlayStation accounts around the world. Okay, so it's like people are speculating that this is going to be as early as 5 or 6 days.
Wow, so, that's fast. That's really
that'd be
fast.
Crazy, since they like literally just did this update yesterday, and then there's also a War Bond coming tomorrow, Thursday, May 15th. So if that's the case, man, they're just like pumping out these updates, which is
insane.
Wild.
Yeah, that's insane. So wow, okay.
Do I need to jump back in there and just hell dive with y'all, bro?
Yes, please.
You must.
Please.
We keep telling you.
We keep giving you chances, bro. We keep giving you like the edge, dog. Like come back to us, dude.
I know. I need to come in there, bro. If they start introducing like mega cities and stuff, that sounds super dope. Like
dude, it reminds me of like Halo 2 if they do that too, because I remember the first mission being on like a city planet and such. So that would be pretty dope to do, bro. So like 100%.
it was cool when they like first introduced the Illuminates. That also came with like new maps, including like now there are cities. Granted, not like mega giant cities, but there are like city blocks
Yeah.
amongst the maps now, which I actually really love that. I think that was a really cool upgrade.
What are the
Same here, dude.
Illuminates? I haven't heard of
The
those.
Illuminates are like aliens, but they're also kind of like zombies almost, Chris. They're kind of like almost like zombies a little bit. Like they kind of remind me of the Flood mixed with like the Covenant. They're like the mixture of the two and such, but that's how I view them and whatnot.
Yeah, I could be wrong and get called out. The Illuminates are like basically dead turned into Illuminates former Helldivers. So like
Oh snap!
they're
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're all
dude.
like deceased Helldivers that were turned into these creatures basically.
From and what? There's no source for who turned them into that.
If there is, I don't know, Chandler.
Yeah,
If
I
you
don't.
know.
I'm not 100. I don't even know who their leaders. Honestly, I don't know who the leader of any of like the factions are. I don't know the leader of the Bugs. It's probably a Queen like B scenario with that one, but I don't know who like the leader is for the automatons, which that might be like a Skynet AI thing. And then for the Illuminats, I have
Others might know the lore better than us.
yeah, dude. Because I know, I mean, Helldivers too, but the first game was completely different from the second game, and it was like top down, more strategy based kind of game and such. So, and there's probably like a lot of lore with that. So,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But yeah, Illuminates are like a mix of this like squid-like alien species,
I
and
see.
then there's like these zombie. I guess you'd call them like zombie creatures that are like former Helldivers turned into these creatures.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's dude, that would make sense too, because maybe they can get some sort of like if it's like kind of like this thing that can resurrect these like alien-like species that can resurrect. Maybe the natural progression. I don't know if they go too much into the lore of this stuff on Helldivers, but it would be kind of cool if like the reason that they're able to invade Super Earth is because of the intel that they receive from resurrecting these Helldivers over time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That'd be super
Yeah.
dope.
That'd be dope. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they've
wow,
been a
David.
recurring threat. Like they
Yeah.
keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
also
also the funny thing about Helldivers too is like that's the whole point behind it is they're like do this, no questions asked, and that's like it's like the Starship Troopers vibes. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
we do it for Super Earth, and even if it's horrible for us and we can't ask questions and democracy, and if you ask questions, you're a traitor.
Yep. Straight up. They're
And,
funny
and
enough.
if we don't, we're like okay, got it.
Awesome. Funny enough, when you're playing the game, if you leave the area, like there's a countdown, and like if you don't return back to that area, you're considered a traitor and such, which is like kind of a cool little world building aspect to it. So yeah, no, 100%.
I love that because it implies that maybe like we're the bad guys
Yeah,
or something, which is like which is super
Yeah.
cool. Like I hope that they. I know that a lot of the mystery of Helldivers is what keeps the game fun. Like it's kind of a satire on obviously the real war, etc. But like also
yeah,
it'd be kind of cool if they expanded upon it. I'm a big lore person, so if they expanded upon it, it'd be super dope in the future. But
It's a great world building. Like they have
It
like
is.
a whole solar system around it.
That's
like
dope.
it's
Yeah.
very cool. It's very unique. It's funny, but it's also like a beautifully done game. The detail in it is
yeah,
exceptional.
yeah.
yeah.
It's
I've-
it's amazing. I have well over 300-400 hours on it.
Whoa, really?
Oh yeah.
Which is probably even low compared to some people I've seen.
I still have like 120 hours on that game, and you guys are like high level. Like I'm still like level 50 something, I believe.
But like, yeah, they, I've all this time playing it, and I've never. It is. I think Chandler said this last time, but it's it is more fun with friends.
Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of people I play with are people I've just randomly met while playing, and it's like, this guy's cool. I vibe with him.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then you can rejoin them if they're online. But yeah, I never get like bored of it. Even if they haven't introduced something in a while, like it's just always fun. Like it's just, I think starting it with friends really got me hooked on it. But then now you have like these motivations. If you want to level up, if you want to level your gun up, if you want to, try different species.
Yep.
If you haven't played with them,
Yeah.
and now they're like also updating the species and introducing new things, and I feel like they keep you really intrigued. And yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And like I said the last episode, I believe, it's almost like a success story too, because with live service games, like there's such a bad track record with them. But with like Helldivers, it's probably the only like game that I've probably only heard like one bad thing that they did once, where it was something with Sony for Steam, so it's not even the developer's fault, but like literally like it's the only live service game that seems like it does not have like a bad rap, which is great. I
Controversy
mean,
of
that's
some sort, yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, like it's awesome that they've keep like a pretty clean track record of that and such, and they're continuously updating this game and at like a very fast pace. If that rumor is true that we might be getting that in like the next 4 to 5 days, that would be insane. Like that, I mean, I literally, that would be crazy. So